Previously on Almost Better Than Dragons.
Alright, well, I slowly apply pressure to the accelerator, and we start to move forward towards the zombies.
I guess I'll just aim at whichever zombie is closest.
You shoot through the passenger side window.
I'm gonna shoot for one in the grass.
You just miss.
Okay, so there's like 11 zombies. The Reverend keeps driving.
Yes, I aim for the next one.
You hit it square in the chest. Well, you know that there's actually a small town that doesn't really exist anymore nearby.
Doesn't exist
Sundance, I believe it's called.
We should lead them to Sundance. I have a plan.
You guys are at the limestone generating station. You guys have pulled 50 zombies, and then you just hear the soft hum of a floored Prius.
Okay, so I pull the pin.
You lob it at the dam. It obliterates it. It hits it, and there's a not small, but a rather large explosion. A tidal wave of water just comes spewing down into the valley. A red car shooting up the road. A man steps out. He just looks at you guys and says, "Nice work. Now get in the car."
Fatal error he made in 1967.
City without food, water, and medical supplies. People and local officials who live in the area have been critical of what they see as a
Israel should have refrained from conducting any activity.
many dead bodies in New Orleans, in the water or in buildings. But the head of the American Public Health Association
was a different kind of war. No armies came to our shores. Our military was not the principal target.
There was a plane crash in Canada. There was an experimental biological weapon on board that turned people into zombies.
Last time, we saw you guys driving through a development and accidentally setting off a car alarm and then forcing your own hand into pulling these zombies out of the town with the horn on your Prius. And then you guys then proceeded to drop a fucking dam on them. So
now I remember.
That happened. And where we left was a man with blonde hair came in with a red sports car, skid into the parking lot, got out, and said, "Good job, now get in." And that's where we left off.
Is this a two-seater? Because this can get really awkward.
No, I mean, it's like a sports car, but it's just a two-door.
The Reverend calls shotgun.
Damn it.
Didn't I get like blown away in the water or something? Did I get reunited with him?
You drove the car into the water.
You drove the car into the water.
Okay.
Yeah, you swam out, and you're just totally fine, totally unaffected.
I mean, it was his body went limp because of all the latent drugs and alcohol in his system.
Any damage he sustained was done years ago.
Okay, so
first question, is this Leon Kennedy?
No.
Okay. The blonde hair comment just threw me off.
Hang on a second, let me wheel over to my notebook. Yay for terrible audio.
So professional.
Just the worst audio.
God, we could almost make this a YouTube thing.
Okay.
I'm not getting a webcam. People don't need to see my face.
Yeah, we do. We need
I
to see
didn't have
that
a printer,
lazy eye bread.
So you guys can't see this, but this is a character sheet.
Oh.
I'm kind of just like drying off my clothes. That was fucking intense. I'm just like kind of out of breath, catching up to the guys, being like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Also, we need to work in some special effects for that last episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Like some sort of horn,
Matt's
like a
been
low-pitched
pretty
horn in the background.
Awesome at that shit so far.
And a large
Episode 4, there
explosion.
wasn't any. But that's only because we were, like, in a house, not really doing anything.
It made sense.
We didn't go anywhere. We just sort of bullshitted for an hour.
Okay.
I guess we ask him who he is and why he seems like he knows what's going on. Like, seems like he might know how this all started.
Well, for now, just get in the car because I don't have time to explain out here, and you never know who's watching or listening.
The Reverend gets in the passenger seat and starts to adjust the radio.
Oh, Jesus.
What kind of car is this again?
It's just like a red sports car. It's a 2-door, but there's 2 seats in the back.
All right, I hop in.
It's actually a 1995 Dodge. Fuck. Nope,
I've heard of that model.
I done fucked the goof. All right. Oh yeah,
Well,
it's like a stealth Dodge Stealth.
As
It's
I
a
get
red
in,
Dodge Stealth.
I say to him, "Why so mysterious?"
You'll find out soon enough.
I guess since everyone else is already in the car, I don't really have much of a choice now. So
He's kind of just standing next to
Reverend
the
locks the door.
driver's side, waiting for you to scooch back into the back seat.
every time I reach for the handle, you unlock them, and then when I pull, you lock it. So it does that like, no, just open it. Yeah, you just gotta keep on
All right, so as the guy's waiting for Bren to get in the car, me and the Reverend are in the car. I walkie-talkie the Reverend. I say, "Search the glove box."
Wait, you're in the car and you walkie-talkie him?
Yeah, because I'm going to be
easily
very
a foot away
discreet,
from you.
very discreet about it. I'm like, "Check what's in the glove box."
But you know, like, a walkie makes a loud, like, hiss when before and after you use it, so it's like...
True.
Like, it's better you just whisper it
Check
to
with-
him.
Fine. Well, it's too late.
He rolls his eyes. For the love of Christ.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm in. Everybody's in.
Oh, did you check the glove box?
Did you? I want to know.
The Reverend opens the glove box just to look at what's in there, but he doesn't like actually stick his hand in.
Oh, what's in there, AJ?
He just opened it?
Yes.
I just sort of open it and I'm like sort of peeking in.
I mean, can he goes to open it. Does he open it? Is it successful, or...
Oh, he has to roll?
I'm not sure.
Who locks their glove box? How do you even lock a
It's
glove
open.
box?
I don't know who invites 4 dudes into his car that he just met. Or
I
That
think
he
some
just saw blow up a dam.
Some
Yeah.
glove boxes are lockable, but that's besides the point.
All right. Yeah, it's open.
anything in there?
Let me check. Yeah. There's a
Very unspecific.
there's yep, there's stuff in there. You see there's registration papers. There's a little tin in the corner, like a silver tin that's about, you guys can see me, it's about yay big. It's like 2 Altoids cans right next to each other. It's about that big. And there's also a little velvet baggie that with a cinch at the top. Okay. And there's a pistol.
Can I roll to see if I'm like able to like sneak the velvet bag with like
Just
before
reach in through the window?
No, I'm in the back seat, I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, so
yeah, sleight of hand.
I have like only like a 5-second time frame until he's gonna like walk around and get in his own car, and you have like this like open glove box. But I'm just not sure. I kind of want to go for it.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
All right. 20. Nice.
Whoa, nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah, you take it.
Sweet, awesome. I pocket that shit, and I'll check it out later, I guess.
The Reverend's like, where'd it go?
You also steal the keys and the guy's wallet somehow.
There's actually there's a little perforated outline right where it used to be. The Reverend's looking right at it, and then all of a sudden there's just a little doink, doink, doink.
Cloud
Where
of
it used
smoke.
to
White
be.
chalk marks.
Alright, yeah, he gets in.
I'm afraid we used up our nat 20 on that. Like, we're gonna
Yeah, right.
die instantly.
I hope it's something cool in there.
Alright, well, I've got a lot of things to show you guys, so just bear with me here. And he turns on this 90s muscle car, and it just gives out a guttural roar, and because it's just
Guttural?
yeah, a guttural.
All right.
And it's a 90s stealth, so it's got an 8-cylinder and it roars, and so he reverses as fast as he can, and then slams on the gas and starts driving back towards town. It actually takes a side road that you didn't notice before when you guys were bringing these zombies to the dam. And he heads into the town. Oh fuck! I forgot the name of the town.
Gillen?
No, the
Sundance?
Sundance. He heads into the town of Sundance, or what's left of it. And there's a small shed with a garage door on it that he pulls up to, and he pulls a little clicker out of his pocket. It looks somewhat like a garage door opener. He clicks it, and the door does open, but there's nothing in there. And he drives in, hits the button, the door closes behind him, and then something weird happens.
Are we murdered? It sounds like we're gonna get murdered.
No, I don't know.
You can see the ceiling of the shack getting further and further away.
He
And,
drugged us.
I think it's an elevator.
And it looks like you guys are in a car elevator going straight down.
Oh, cool.
There's
Some
just
Halo
no
shit.
roof of the elevator. It's just like the floor.
Yeah, the floor. It's like a car lift, basically, except it goes.
The Reverend has never seen one of these
stories.
before and has his face sort of pressed up against the glass watching it.
Yeah, as their lights go by. Show kind of like when you're in a tunnel in the subway, and the lights zoom past inside the tunnel.
Oh, this is going like really fast then.
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it-
dropping
it's
pretty
just-
fast. You guys are going a couple hundred feet underground.
Oh boy.
Sounds good to me. It's like we're getting away from the zombies. But what's all right? How's everybody reacting? I'm like kind of like kiddish and like, woo, this is great.
I guess I'm just waiting patiently.
He
Well,
he
a little
reaches
paranoid.
over. He reaches over the glove box and cracks a window, and he's like, "Can you give me the little black baggie in there
Oh God.
and that tin?"
The Reverend doesn't see the baggie. I give him the tin and tell him that I don't see the baggie.
Huh.
And I ask him, is he holding? Because he's talking about baggies.
And I point out and say, "There's a gun in your glove box."
I was like, yeah. We're sort of, I don't know, haven't you noticed, in the end of the fucking world, so that would kind of be a natural thing to have in there.
Sure, I forgive you.
It's whatever. I always keep a spare one, I guess. And he reaches under his seat and pulls out another black baggie, a little small cinched velvet baggie. And he opens it up, and it's just a standard, it's a standard bowl. And he starts packing the bowl with weed.
So he
God
was
damn it, Graybeard! God damn it!
So wait, I secretly look at the one I grabbed earlier because I want to see how nice it is.
It looks like the special beam cannon from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my God! I'm so glad I stole this. This is the single best thing of my life.
The one he has under his seat looks like the Kamehameha wave.
Nice.
This is the nerdiest Black Op agent I've ever met.
And he
good for him.
He packs a nice one, and then he gets ready to light up. Looks around. You guys want to hit?
Graybeard is just like, sign me up.
Okay, here you go.
I want to say yes, but I don't think the Reverend would actually smoke a bowl. So
I have a feeling this guy's trying to trick us, but I still want to smoke it, so it doesn't matter. So yeah,
and of course you do. You're Graybeard.
That's what I mean. So he takes a huge rip.
Okay, it's pretty dank. It's some really dank weed. So yeah, you're pretty high.
And like, as like in my haze, I'm just like, I feel like I'm turning into a Super Saiyan. I'm like, this is some shit.
So
dude, my gray beard becomes like golden yellow, and
God.
Oh God,
you just peed yourself.
You peed straight up into your beard.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, absolutely not.
So he reaches outside the window and just kind of clacks the empty shit, like just the burned out contents out. He's like, oh, finally, been waiting 4 hours to do that.
Where are we going?
I'll explain it once we get down here. And as he says that, you guys hit the bottom. You guys get to the bottom, and it's in front of you is a super long corridor, all white, with bright lights over top, just running down. And he turns on the ignition and roars down this long corridor with the Dodge Stealth. And he's like, we're not yet into a safe area, so I can't really divulge any information right now. This area could still be monitored by an outside source. And I know none of my people have set up anything out here to protect from that, so we'll wait till we're behind closed doors. And
good enough for me.
You guys roar down this hallway, and at the end there's like a big curve that goes down. He literally drifts down this curve. It's kind of like on a parking garage. So they have the spirals up and down to get down different levels. It's like that, except much wider. He hits it full throttle and pulls the e-brake and just drifts straight around this thing. Just
God
perfect, nails it. And then he goes over to he drives down this parking complex, and there's probably about 70 or 80 cars already parked here. And he pulls up to the first space with the sign director over it, and he pulls in. And he looks.
Is this actually an action movie?
He looks at you guys, and he's like, "Pretty cool, huh? Well, you haven't even seen the real shit yet." And
I'm high as fuck. That was amazing.
And we'll get to that though. So yeah, he takes you guys over to. You guys get out of the car, and he takes you over to an elevator, and it takes you down another probably about 3 stories, 3 floors below the parking garage, and you are now finally in the main part of this complex, and it's mostly white with some black accents, just like this. It's got a sterile yet modern feel to the whole environment, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll take you guys to a briefing room. Seems to be the best place to do this. And he takes you guys to like a conference room down the hallway. And there's a bunch of comfy seats and shit. Big table. Projector screen, projector. Just the standard office sort of stuff. So, yeah.
I don't know, my standard office usually isn't 500 feet underground.
Yeah, I mean, well, this isn't your standard type of office, but it is built, the inside is styled like one, kind of, because offices are pretty efficient. So,
Okay.
for the most part. So, we try to keep things efficient here. Gentlemen, please sit down.
The Reverend sits down.
Yeah, I just kind of fall into my chair.
Okay. He pulls out that clicker, and he actually pulls on it, and the two pieces come apart, and there are two metal bars inside. He pulls on another piece and puts it in the middle, and then puts it back together, and hits the button again, and the projector turns on. And there are images all over the projector screen. He's like, this is what the world looks like right now. And he just starts going through a slideshow of just pure devastation around the world. It wasn't just limited to the United States. The United States is where it started. Planes that were leaving the United States crashed all over the world and exposed whatever this was to the greater population. So the world has now essentially gone to shit. He's like, we're going to stop this before it ever starts.
Well, technically, didn't it already start? That's why we're
yes, at least in this universe it did.
What the fuck is going on, man?
Guys, it's the Langoliers. We have to go back on the plane.
I don't know.
We're going to.
Right now.
Well, I think I should. I don't know if I should do this, but I should probably show you this first before we get into any real details. And he touches a panel on the wall, and a door opens, and he's like, "Just follow me real quickly, and we'll be right back here in just a few short minutes." And he takes you down a long staircase down into what seems like the darker recesses of this facility. And he's like, I only have 15 people working on this project right now, but it's complete. They just finished it actually 2 days ago when we had reaffirmed that it would work earlier yesterday. So we're gonna show you something real quick. And he takes you to a wall of just pure glass, and inside there is a what looks like used to be a woman. He says this woman was one of the original infected from 7 years ago. It took me a long time to get her here, and it's just goddamn so much paperwork. And yeah, her name's Sarah. And
hi, Sarah.
And she turns around, and she is just full on corpse mode, like just full on dead. And she sort of just goes to the window and just like tilts her head, and it's gruesome. It's not cool looking. It's probably cool looking, honestly. Graybeard's probably like freaking out right now.
No, I think it's adorable.
She's like almost a skeleton because it's been 7 years since she died. And he's like, she is the one that did this. And he reaches into his jacket and pulls down. He had what looked like a it's like he had like a hoodie on underneath his jacket, and he had a leather jacket over top of it. He pulls the edge of his hoodie down, and around his neck you see a huge scar that looks like he was either hung or that something tried to claw his neck out, his throat out. Sarah was a pretty special person to me. We lived through the plane crash that happened 7 years ago. And while I was trying to save her, she ended up dying. and she tried to kill me. So, yeah, my name's Gideon, by the way. I'm the director of this facility, and yeah, we're gonna fix this ship before it even starts here. So,
well, hold on a minute, Gideon. I need to be real with you for a second. Why exactly have you kept her alive? Have you put these efforts into keeping her alive because you have this emotional attachment to her, or do you think there's some way that you're gonna study her and find a cure or something?
well, actually, you're pretty close already. We have already found preventative measures based on samples from her. So we have already found a way to stop this from ever happening. It just was impossible with the timing for us to implement it in this universe. So, yeah,
You
we
keep
have
saying
to get to that.
What other universes do you speak
Well,
of?
We believe that there are tangent universes altering at the place and time that they're at, or universes that spawn off of the same timeline. You can actively change things.
Can I buy some weed off of you guys?
Yeah, this
I
sounds
mean, you could just
ridiculous.
You can just have some. And as far as the ridiculousness of this all, there are dead people eating other people outside. So
Don't listen to Bren. He's a non-believer. He needs to smoke for his first time.
I think there's already plenty of ridiculousness going on in this world. So maybe just a little bit more is what we need. And he says, there's someone else I'd like to introduce you guys to. And
is it the little rich kid from the plane?
Oh, damn it. Fuck you. Why did you... Oh.
Is it him?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like... He is actually... he is one of my scientists down here, actually. He is a... what I'd like to call a boy genius. And
Prodigy.
And he actually was the one that found the breakthrough. He discovered the breakthrough that is going to fix all this. So I'd like you to meet Richard. And he comes out wearing the same thing you saw him in the plane. It looks sooty. There's some dirt. He's also got just a gun that's way too big for him strapped to his leg. Looks like a magnum of sorts. He walks up to you.
So he's a dirty dick carrying big heat.
Yeah. Does he say anything to us, like as a greeting, or does he expect us to say something?
Hi guys. I remember you from the plane. Not this guy with the beard, but
Oh, yeah.
I remember you two. Where'd that other guy go?
He didn't. He
That's a good
wouldn't
question.
know that there was another guy with
Yeah,
us.
he did. He's well.
Well, there's another guy on the plane, but we weren't with him on the plane.
Oh, true.
He saw you guys in the airport
Leaving
together. Yeah, like
Oh, well,
Okay.
Matt and Tyler kind of teamed up at the end.
yeah. Say, oh well, that's neither here nor there. Anyways, you guys can call me Richard or Rich or Richie, whatever you want.
Little Dick.
I go by
Yeah.
pretty
Little
much
Dick?
everything. Little Dick.
I was gonna say,
Little
can
dick.
I call
Let's
you?
call him
rude.
Little Dick.
It's a little rude, but you can call me that, I guess. I don't really. I mean,
Little
I'm
Dick.
like 13.
Where did you
man.
learn?
Can we call him Rich Dick?
Come on, he's right at the right age to be primed for that kind of humor, though.
I mean, yeah, I'm a genius, so.
Oh, la-dee-da.
Oh, well, then
Maybe we should just
are
call
you
him
good at
Big
writing?
Dick.
Are you good at writing rap lyrics? Because you could be like a sensation, Lil Dick.
Unfortunately, and no, the humor is not lost on me, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But no, yeah, I wasn't gifted with lyricism, so unfortunately, I can't rhyme really well. So
It's okay. It's just the way you're just like being like, I'm a motherfucking genius.
He's not Kanye West.
I wasn't intending to be pompous. I was just stating based on testing and other things. I was stating just fact, but okay.
Well,
so yeah,
I appreciate what you've done and the efforts you've gone to find a cure. How can we help this situation?
Me and the director will take you back upstairs, but we'll show you a prototype actually, and we'll see what you think. See what you think about it. And we haven't tested it, but that's where you guys come in. So we have to do something because this isn't gonna. None of us are gonna last long. And right now, if we can just change this a little bit, things would be so much better right now. And maybe I wouldn't be living in an underground facility.
I think the best thing we can do is to stop it before it happens.
That's exactly what the director was saying. So
trying to steal his idea, claiming it.
So let's just go back up to the conference room, and we'll everyone wave goodbye to Sarah. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Sarah's really nice. She's a sweetheart, and
she seems great.
She slams into the glass, just like she's like frothing, and he's like she's actually one of the more tame subjects I've had to work on. So, all right. And DT leads you guys back up the stairs with the director in tow. And back up into the conference room. And the door seals behind you guys. It's like, all right, well, what I'm going to tell you is going to sound incredibly crazy. But this is the director speaking. We believe that time isn't it's more of a tangible object than anything. That it's this thing that you can actively manipulate. And to that end, we've been dedicating a lot of time developing a set of watches.
Oh man, I was hoping for a DeLorean.
No, unfortunately.
Or like a Mini Cooper Austin Powers style.
The irony is not lost on us.
I was kidding.
The irony isn't lost on us. So I dictated as the director that only Huey Lewis and the News could be playing in the development facility where they're working on the time machine. Specifically Back in Time and Power of Love. So if those two songs...
Michael J. Fox is, after all, the most famous Canadian time traveler.
There is absolutely a gigantic wall-sized mural of Michael J. Fox in the lab. If you guys want to see it later, it's pretty cool. I had it personally commissioned. It cost me a lot of money, but it was
I'm glad
good.
to see where your money's going.
It was amazing. It's an amazing mural. It really is. The artist really captured him in the 80s, and it's just a fantastic mural.
The Reverend is starting to get bored, and so he sort of tries to hurry them along a little bit.
Oh yes. Yeah. Anyway, these watches, and he brings up a picture of this watch, and there is a what looks like a small gear attached to the side. Have you guys ever seen how you wind a grandfather clock?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
That crank that you put in the face of the clock
to
wind it. There's it shows the watch sitting, and there's a little spot on the front where you can wind it. And it's like, this is the Timekeeper, the Timekeeper 2.0. And 1.0 didn't work out so well.
I was just going to ask, how successful was it?
The second one, we haven't really tested, besides on zombies. And
wait, are you throwing zombies back in time?
No.
Is this how this all started?
No. We just mainly wanted to see if they would disappear. So we sent them.
Well, then you don't know where they are. They could be in the future.
We sent them forward into the future, but we did it in a controlled environment. So we were sending them 5 minutes into the future, so we could actually see if they would show up again 5 minutes from then. Not in here. Well, Sarah was a trial, and she reappeared inside of her room in 5 minutes. So it worked out, and we're pretty happy with it. We haven't really tried the going back aspect yet.
Yeah, and the coming forward and the long distance jumps.
We're hoping that you guys could actually help us out with that.
I'm already suspicious, and now I'm even more so, because why the hell would you guys trust us?
I put the watch on.
Yeah, we just blew up a dam.
We don't even live in this country.
Well, we know
we're a national terrorist at this point.
We know, just based on the lengths that you are willing to go to, that you're not big fans of zombies.
That man over there is high as a kite right now.
Well, I mean, that immediately just let me know that he was pretty cool.
That was some incredible
high school
shit.
I immediately took to him. First, I should explain what I've been doing for the past 7 years. So, after the whole incident...
I have to interrupt. I'm sorry. Can I try the watch and see if I appear in 5 minutes? Let's just do it while you explain.
No.
I say go for it. We could all use a little 5-minute break from Graybeard.
And then you guys could just tell me about it in like a 1 minute or 1 sentence catch up.
Yeah, if he comes back, we can see it works and we can just skip right ahead.
Can I roll to see if it works?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't worry. Forget what I said.
This really is quite pertinent information. I don't want you to miss anything. Although I assure you it would, in fact, deliver you 5 minutes into the future. Whether or not that's a good thing is yet to be seen, because we don't know how fast everything is devolving outside. You never know. Yeah. Let's start real quick with what happened 7 years ago. As you all know, the plane crash happened. There was a government experimental drug or biological weapon on board, and everyone turned into zombies. And I was on that plane. I was just a college student at the time going to USC, and I was actually on my way to an abroad study in Japan. So,
well, and what's your relation with Little Dick? He was only 6 years old.
Yes. Well, actually, his parents are
big dicks.
They are actually both incredibly big dick G's. But they work here as well, and they convinced me to allow him to come and see the facility, and he actually saved us within 5 minutes of being here. We had a meltdown with the reactor, and he went down there and fixed it in about 5 minutes. So, long story short, he saved all of our asses, and I decided to put him on as a researcher, and he actually was the one that found the cure. So he is incredibly important, and yeah,
pulls a lot of weight. Yeah.
You see, Lil Dick just kind of like all shucksing in the corner, just like giggling because he's getting compliments. And he's a very humble man, even though he's a genius. So, yeah, so 7 years ago the plane crashes, and then I have Sarah was another survivor on the plane. I tried to save her, bring her with me, and then she died while we were sleeping, and then she tried to rip my throat out. Pretty much after we got out of that and we saw a whole town nuked, we knew that we needed to stop what was going to happen, because we knew it wasn't over there. So we being the group of survivors from the plane, we decided that we would all look into finding ways to fix this, to make sure this doesn't happen. that the world doesn't end in a zombie apocalypse. Well, it happened, and I had a feeling that we wouldn't be fast enough. That this wasn't going to be as simple as finding a cure and then spreading it throughout the world. So I started a side project, a time travel project, to see if we could fix this in the past, before it even got started. So that's pretty much the story of what's going on. So we're in a facility with stuff happening, and damn, I'm coming down off my high.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me get some of that. Let's pack another one. Let me try on the watch. Where do we go from here?
We'll have to go to a separate chamber. We don't, in the main part of the facility, allow smoking. So we can go get a fat rip in real quick. So so you guys just come with me, and we can do that and still talk at the same time, because I developed a room that allows you to smoke in it and also communicate with people in the hallway through an intercom. It's not really a development. It's kind of just like
I was gonna say, do you invent the intercom?
No. Yes, fair enough. So he takes you down the hallway to it's like a little room with a glass window, kind of like Sarah's room, except you see the whole ceiling is like one big vent, and it just leads the ventilation. Probably it's like elevator size ventilation that goes straight up to the surface. He's like, as much as some of us here like doing this, it really is not cost effective to constantly have this fan on. So let me just turn that on now. And he goes over and flips a light switch, and you hear a start up, and a fan starts up in the middle of the room, like up in the ceiling, to pull the smoke air out.
This is really elaborate, and I'm wondering how much it must have cost to dig like a multi-100-foot elevator-sized shaft.
And that's what I'm saying. They probably have like the most choicest weed. So like, I'm wondering what they're working with.
Well, I mean,
how did they get this money?
Well, I mean,
this is the GDP of all of Canada.
They're developing time traveling shit. And they're underground. Like, I'm just sure that it doesn't matter where the money came from. They are just rolling in it.
It isn't. This is gonna make us sound like common thieves, but it isn't our money.
Oh, really? I start pulling out my badge.
Officer, please. You're about to jump back in time.
The weed didn't make you do that.
Yeah. So I mean, this won't even happen. What we're doing right now won't even be a thing in the past where you're going. So you won't have to worry about us at all. So just we just gotta exist, man. Just let us exist, and we'll take care of everything. So you think he was like I'll just work this in. I actually my first degree was an economics degree, and so I do have some skill playing the stock market and also embezzling from countries, but that's not really important right now, because this needed to be done to save the human race. So I think everyone will thank us. Well, they won't remember, but as in it'll have never happened. But
don't worry. Can you just pack this bowl? Because I don't want to remember what's happening right now.
Oh, there's a he goes over to the wall and hits a button, and there's a door slides, and there are just multiple packs.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, I was hoping it would be like a dispenser. It would just like squirt out some like one of those ketchup dispensers. You like press a button and
well, I go up to
easy freeze,
and I smell each individual one, and I can determine the strain. And I'm like, oh Jesus! And we have Chernobyl, and I just go with the one that's the most purple. and I grab the Jesus OG.
Yeah, so what I'm getting from is we have these watches, we go back in time, we go to ground zero and prevent the original zombie from spreading. Is that the gist?
Sort of. There are a few wrinkles in there that I'll explain to you. And
this is turning out to be the Prisoner of Azkaban all over.
He takes you guys to the R&D department where in cases on the front, he's like, there are the watches in like see-through glass boxes just on little pedestals in the middle of this room, and the scientists that helped develop them are all around, lining the outside of the room, just watching to see what happens. These are the time thingies. I can't remember the second part of the word that I said earlier, because I'm just so ripped right now. But yes, these are time watch thingies, and you simply you put.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
These are time watch thingies. Yeah, they take you back in time.
This is why everyone's been trying to get me to stop, honestly. I just lose sense of self.
We don't get a lot accomplished down here.
Really, it took you 7 years.
I mean, 7 years to figure out time travel is a drop in the bucket compared to the millennia that man has considered it a possibility. So,
burn.
Here are your time thingies, and he gives you guys the watches, and he's like, you guys are going to make sure you have them synchronized exactly, because we still haven't experimented with multiple people using the time thingies. So,
quick question. I'm assuming you have to be at the right location. I'm not sure how I could be wrong, because like you guys
also,
did test with Sarah.
We can actually direct you to certain places in time, based on GPS coordinates on the planet. We're sending you to Southern California 8 years ago, actually, a full year before the incident. There's only enough power in these it's a wound up mechanism, but the battery fries itself after 5 trips. So you guys need to get what you need to do done, and then get back here in as little uses of the watch as possible.
All right. Let me just ask you a question then. Can I use a jump to jump back in time quick and avoid getting shot in the leg and come back?
Yes, you would use up... Yes, but you would use up 2 jumps unless you were willing to stay in that time. Because you could jump then back into our time. You would also already exist in that time, so if you ran into yourself, there would be some Back to the Future hijinks that would occur.
I figured. All right, so, you know what? I'll save my jumps.
I'm giving you each a vial of the serum that will prevent this from happening. It's actually more of a vaccine than a cure. It'll keep people from changing in the first place. So,
what's the name?
We never
Corporation Z.
really thought. That's a pretty good one. We never really thought about the name of what this cure. We just kept calling it the cure.
The cure. All right, that's cool.
So here's the cure, and he gives you each a vial with a little injector attached to it, kind of like a EpiPen.
Is it like a one use? We each get one.
Can
we also each get a dose of this for ourselves,
Yeah.
that would be
Well,
pretty useful.
Well, actually, we were working on an inhalable one. And Graybeard just did the trial of that one. So, and he seems to be fine. So, we're assuming he's pretty much inoculated.
Wait, the sentence Graybeard seems fine, I think has never been uttered in history before.
In my life.
Why? You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Oh, God.
Hey, I'm cured. You're not. Get on the bandwagon.
So he gives you guys. You guys can just EpiPen the shit out of yourself if you want, real quick, to inoculate yourselves. There's no danger to taking the cure more than once. So Graybeard, just in case that didn't take, you can have a shot as well.
I'll just pack up another one.
So, and these vials can be opened. The EpiPen aspect of it can screw off. You can unscrew it, and you can dump the contents out into whatever.
How much is in there? Is it like a large amount or like a small amount?
It's I'm trying to figure out. It's like the size of like 4 pens rubber banded together.
Okay. The Reverend sort of turns to the corner and he tries to add a drop of the cure to his holy water. This is gonna make a really great radio later, guys.
Sleight of hand.
All right.
Man, you guys have really gotten used out of the sleight of hand checks today.
Oh shit!
What'd you sort of kleptomaniacs? A 1.
The vial slips out of your hand and shatters on the ground as you.
Damn it!
He's like, no worries, we have plenty of those. Were you just trying to add that to something? What is that container you have there?
It's
Does it have a cross on it?
Hey, we got a lot of questions
flask.
you're not answering either. You're playing the question game.
I mean, I'm more of like an. All right, fine. What kind of questions do you have?
You called my bluff. Good job, sir.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I actually didn't know it was a bluff. So, victory me, I guess. He looks.
God damn it.
I do have a question for you guys. What's in it for us? We're the guinea pigs. You smoked us up, so I'm already on your side. But I just want to know, is there some kind of payout, or do you just expect us to die?
Oh, no, we don't expect you to die. We expect you to complete your task and fix what was messed up. So we were just kind of... I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do this. My family in the past, I should have mentioned this earlier, between my family and Richie's, we should be able to monetarily reward you, should you complete the task.
Cool, I just want to be able to ride on planes and count money when I'm sad.
You don't want a home.
You should find our past selves pretty enthralled with your watches, if you should find them, and they will hook you up, so to speak.
Okay. I don't think do you guys have any more questions? I'm ready to jump.
Same.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not to be confused with leaping, because there is no one named Al at this facility.
Oh man, I always wanted to be Scott Bakula.
Yes, that show is amazing.
Was it the Power Rangers who had like watches that made them teleport?
Yeah, kind of. They could like go random locations.
I think we should like kind of set up a formation and do it synchronously.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, it would look pretty cool because you kind of have to slap the gear into the watch.
Let's do this. Team Dragons.
I'm super tempted to shoot Graybeard in the other leg.
Well, now I could just jump back I'm going to just shoot you in your sleep one of these days.
This is the exact issue with time travel. He just like kind of smirks and yeah, you probably don't want to do that because like I said, limited charges and it's a dumb reason to go back in time.
Can we go when we're on like 4 charge? We've done 4. We go back in time to the moment before we took the watches and steal them.
Ooh. Can we go back in time and just steal more watches from you when you're not around?
He stops moving and just sort of like cannot compute. You think you may or may not have caught him in a
paradox.
In a paradox. He's like, I'm not actually sure how that would work, but I don't think it would be a good idea because then you would never get them in the first place. If that makes sense. He starts breathing really heavily. He's like, I think
still do that.
I think it may or may not collapse the space-time continuum, so please just don't do that.
No, collapsing the space-time continuum would solve the zombie problem.
Yes, but then we would actually be doing nothing because it would just kill everyone. So, I mean, what would be the purpose of going back and... Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at the zombies as the only thing that exists that needs to be taken care of, but it's, I mean, and he just starts just huffing, and he's like, you can see he might be having an aneurysm.
Jesus.
He just like puts his hand to his temple and just starts pacing in circles. He's like, this is just, I can't, there's so many circles to think through, and he's having a mental breakdown. He's like, listen, can we just take care of this and just fix everything and just make things better and cool and chill and everyone can just have fun and smoke weed?
I think, can't we jump back like 5 minutes before he has his aneurysm and then just like forget about it? Like all of us, like Team Dragons.
What's this big pile of gasoline I found laying next to this fire? Let me just pour this in here.
I mean, you guys would appear probably around the same spot you're in right now, and you would be
just asking him more questions.
There would be a version of yourselves there. So
okay.
So that wouldn't. It might induce an aneurysm on its own.
So collectively, we're all going to a specific place in a specific time.
8 years ago, California.
I'm ready.
All right.
Any final briefing?
Yeah. The one thing that we've discovered about this whole thing is that it was actually spread through the ventilation system in the planes that crashed. So,
called it.
It was a not yeah, but I listened back to a previous episode.
Thanks everyone for listening. This is Matt. We've had a bunch of really great recording sessions. As you can hear, there's sort of that bit of a temporal delay. No pun intended. We sort of record things about a month in advance, give or take, depending on how far ahead we get. So this was recorded quite a while ago, but we're super excited to finally be getting it out. As always, if you listen on iTunes, please rate and subscribe. It really does help quite a lot. You can find us on almostbetterthandragons.tumblr.com or through our brand new website, almostbetter.net, or almostbetter.network if you feel like typing out the extra 4 characters. And on there you can find all of our episodes and links to subscribe and do all that other fun stuff that you definitely should be doing if you haven't already. And while you're on there, you can check out the other podcasts in the network, Almost Better Than Silence and Press Continue Podcast. As always, thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, Brittany!
Yeah?
Do you remember the 16-bit wars between Sega and Nintendo?
I don't. But you could tell me about them.
I could, on the Press Continue podcast.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, do you remember your family flipping the table when everyone got angry playing Monopoly?
No, because we weren't allowed to play Monopoly.
Wow, let's talk about it.
On the Press Continue podcast. Hey, Brittany!
Yeah?
Do you remember waiting all week for the weekend so you could play D&D with your friends?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Do you?
You're well.
You had friends?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't either. I had to play by myself. Roll for initiative. Oh.
Join us while we reminisce about our gaming experiences.
And make new experiences on some games we've never played.
On the Press Continue podcast.
You can find all this fun stuff at www.presscontinuepodcast.com, or you can search for us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Just search for Press Continue Podcast.
Yep.
So tune in, where the gaming never ends, as long as you press continue.